Hey, do you want to know where the neighborhoods are that are having those massive bidding wars and you are having to go ahead and pay this year's appreciation up front to land that house? Well, I have the list. Hey, I'm Lori Cloud with Keller Williams Realty in Nashville, and I just wanted to share a couple of highlights in case you live in one of these zip codes, or maybe you are thinking about trying to get into them, just so you kind of know where the bidding wars that we heard so much about in the spring particularly, where it's still happening this summer. Things have slowed down a little bit, which for buyers is good news. For sellers, not such good news. Remember when I told you that if you had something to sell, we needed to do it in the spring because you were going to have a lot more options of which offer to take? Well, that's what it's looking like right now. Now, there definitely are still hotly competitive areas, and these are some of them. So in the 37027, which is in Davidson County, but it's right on the border of Davidson and Williamson, right off I-65. The place where you're going to see people still paying, it's 105% over list price. So they're paying about 5% over what the asking price is. This is Williams Grove, right off Edmondson Pike, and Townhomes of Fredericksburg, right off Old Hickory, Jackson Valley. Those are just a couple examples of the neighborhoods that have these fierce competitive bidding wars. I'd say Hearthstone is another one. As we move more toward the city core, couple of places, East Nashville. Okay, we just closed on the listing I had in Franklin Avenue it was right on the border of Lockwood Springs and Eastwood neighbors. And we listed at $599 and we closed at $620 yesterday. So 4% over list price. The average over there is only 2%. Woo! I got my client even better than the norm. So I'm excited about that. So Eastwood neighbors, Lockland Springs, Fortland Park, these are the neighborhoods where you are seeing this people paying 2% on average over list price. Now let's move over to the west side of town, the 37209. The hottest neighborhoods over there are basically everything's hot over there. So it's Sylvan Park, Charlotte Park. It's also Cherokee Park, which is right on the border of that and West End, and Hillwood neighborhood, and the Nations. Those are all getting about averaging 2% over list price. And as we move kind of more toward Green Hills, we definitely see things around Sharondale, Tyndale, Castlewood. Those are the places where we are seeing about 1% over list price on average. So if I didn't call out your zip code and you want to know what's going on in your neighborhood, or you're trying to target something and want to know where can I avoid having to pay 5% over, I can look at what kind of the data shows us, what historically has happened, and let's go shopping.